So last year, Nintendo's biggest two competitors gave out their own motion controller. Sony with PlayStation Move and Microsoft with Kinect. Now, I made some videos where I actually played both of these devices, but I was a little bit fanboyish. So let's take a closer look at them today.
So we'll start looking at PlayStation Move as it came out first. As you can see, the Move looks very similar to the Wiimote. It has a main button on top, a trigger underneath. They definitely have similarities, and with the sub-controller it looks criminally similar, but we don't get into that. I can only show you experiences using one Move controller. The one thing the Move has is its glowing orb on top of it, which is being tracked by the PlayStation Eye camera. Now, it's a bit of a pain to set this thing up, because it is so small and light that the wire it is attached to will have a huge impact on where the camera is looking. My first webcam also had this problem. So that is the Move, a remote with a ball on top, tracked by a camera. Now it is time to look at the Kinect. This is it. It's a camera with 3 lenses. It is pretty large and heavy. It has a very strong grip with the surface, and something genius they did was attaching the wire to the bottom part instead of the sensor. Therefore, the wire has very little impact on where the camera is looking, which I think is a good thing because the Kinect is able to adjust itself. Now, it doesn't have any remote you hold in your hand, so how is this Kinect versus Move? It should be Wiimote versus Move or iToy versus Kinect.
Well, the reason why I'm doing it this way is because these two products came out around the same time. Also, 360 and PS3 are such bitter enemies that people want to know who's got the better motion controller. So let's compare these two products no matter how incomparable they are.
We will split up our comparison into following categories: design, convenience, fascination, precision, and future potential. Let's start with design. So the PSI looks like an orb with a lens sticking out and a big ass microphone on top of it. It looks like a cheap webcam. The motion controller itself has a little more attention to design. Very round, no sharp edges, but when you start waving it in front of a webcam, what can you say? Kinect though looks more serious. It's black, just like the first PS3. It's glossy, just like the first PS3. It's like a very wide bar with a straight and focused design. It has 3 lenses. How can you not take it seriously? It looks like something that would belong to any home. Incomparable, you say? I say anything is comparable. So Kinect wins the first round. Now it's time to take a look at the convenience. This is a category where both have their own faults. If you don't have the new Xbox 360 Slim model, you need to plug in an extra power adapter to make the Kinect work. It also requires quite a lot of room to play. Move does not have the similar problems. The inconvenience here is the fact that it requires controllers to play. You buy one controller and then you can play single player and single controller games. But if you want to play multi-controller games like the Fight Lights Out, or if you want more control over the player in Sports Champion, then you have to buy another controller. But what if you want to play those games with a friend? Then you'll need 4 controllers, but that's still not enough. Many games will also require a sub-controller with a joystick, so that's 5. And what if you want to play those games with a friend? Then you'll need 2 of those, and that's in total 6 controllers to get full compatibility with all games. Now, I doubt anyone is going to buy that many controllers, but be prepared to run into limits when playing your games. Kinect, on the other hand, is able to read 2 players at the same time, so it is pretty much multiplayer compatible right out of the box. Another inconvenience with dozens of controllers is not only that they're expensive, but you'll have to recharge them all frequently. Even the sub-controller has its own power source. With the Wii, all units are connected to each other, and the Kinect doesn't even need recharging or battery replacement. So there's no doubt that Kinect wins this round too.
What the crap? Kinect sucks!
Now, let's take a look at which one is more fascinating. When I first picked up the Move and used augmented reality, it was pretty awesome to see how tools like a racket could map so perfectly to the controller, and it really looks like you are holding that tool. But after stepping in front of the Kinect and seeing my whole body getting tracked just perfectly, really fascinated me so much that I forgot the Move ever existed. What's even more fascinating is the fact that I don't have to hold or wear any accessories, and once again, it is able to read 2 players at the same time, so I have to say that Kinect wins this round as well.
Douchebag!
Now it's time to look at precision. I am pretty sure that plenty of Move fanboys watching this are biting into the table and slamming the keyboard, but don't worry PlayStation Move fans, because PlayStation Move has less latency than Kinect.
Yes! Do you hear that? Move is more precise than Kinect. Yes! Move is the champion, my friend. Move, keep on fighting.
But to me, precision isn't just about how early your movements are replicated, but about how you can trust the technology. You step in front of the Kinect, it doesn't require calibration, and when, for example, dancing in Dance Central, it's telling you that you're doing well or bad, and you can agree with what it tells you. It sure screws up or loses contact every once in a while, but it's able to correct its own mistakes so quickly that it doesn't really take anything away from the game. With Move, however, when it's screwed up, it's really screwed up. You can try calibrating again and again, but it just doesn't seem to help. You might have to reboot the controller to make it work again. And if you don't follow these calibration segments just perfectly, it won't work at all. So Kinect wins in precision as well.
Damn it!
Look at these results. Kinect, 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 Kinect. And I said I was not going to be a fanboy. Well, I'm just being completely honest here.
Now it is time for the final and most important category, future potential. If there's one thing both devices share, it's that none of them have a huge library of games to just dive into, but they are recently launched, so the greater games are still in development. The only reason why Move might have a little higher amount of games right now is because developers are basically just porting and patching older games to work with Move. Either that or stealing ideas from the Wii. This is where I think the Kinect has a big potential. Not having buttons or joysticks make patching in traditional games like platformers and shooters very inappropriate, and that might result to developers having to think outside of the box when making Kinect games. Instead of just recycling old games and concepts, developers will have to rather take advantage of Kinect's full body tracking technology, and games like Kinect Adventures shows that really well. Also, with the Wii, I felt the games with the most fun and interesting control scheme were the ones that didn't use too much buttons, or the nunchuck, like WarioWare Smooth Moves, Wii Sports Resort, and even Wii Fit. So what I'm trying to say is that adding motion control to existing concepts is not the way to go, but making original concepts that have yet to be experienced. And that's where I think the future of motion control lies.